Well, welcome everyone to Union Square. My name is Marissa Rodriguez, and I'm the Executive Director of the Union Square Alliance. What a beautiful, sunny, welcoming day here in Union Square. We are in the heart of San Francisco, the crown jewel, Union Square, where the holidays are synonymous with Union Square. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge all the folks who are behind me today. It takes a village to ensure that our community is safe, vibrant, and beautiful as it is today. This time last year was very difficult for all of us. We were certainly still in the pandemic, in the throes of the pandemic, and we were coming out of some very challenging times. In fact, throughout the country, we were seeing a rash of retail crime. But here in San Francisco, there was a response like no other. I want to thank our mayor, London Breed, our police chief, Bill Scott, for leaning in and ensuring that this was going to be not only a good year, but one of the best years that we've experienced since that date here in Union Square. So I just want to take a moment to thank them for their leadership and all that they've done. I want to also acknowledge Kate Sophis of OEWD, as well as Phil Ginsberg of Reckin Park, whose park we are in now, and all the work that he and his team have done to create this welcoming, safe, and enjoyable environment. This work, yes, thank you. The work that they're all doing is so vital to the health of our city. We are in the economic core. Union Square sits in that economic core, our downtown, and we need our downtown to be thriving and healthy. And they have worked so hard to ensure that it can be, so we can continue to support the important services that our city so relies on. This year, I am thrilled to announce that the holidays have begun. If you look behind me, you see Macy's great tree, you see the ice skating rink is open, and this is the first year ever that we are introducing Winter Wonderland. After Thanksgiving, you are gonna see a village, a fairy tale holiday village, opening up at Halliday Plaza, the gateway to Union Square, and where the Powell Street BART station welcomes all of our visitors to Union Square. And we want to acknowledge and thank BART also for all of their help. In addition, we are opening the subway today. Today we're having a party to welcome the Central Subway that will also be connecting visitors and welcoming guests back here to Union Square. So with that, I want to thank you all for being here, and I would like to welcome our mayor, London Breed. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa, and thank you so much for the work that you continue to do to make Union Square a wonderful attraction for visitors and people who live here in the Bay Area. I want to start by saying to all the folks who reached out and asked, Mayor, why are we lighting up the tree and we haven't even had Thanksgiving? And I'll just say, you know, we're so in the holiday spirit this year more than ever before, mostly because we went through a global pandemic. We couldn't come together before. And it wasn't just that our economy suffered, it was our ability to be together and be around one another and experience the holidays, you know, without the concerns like we had in previous years due to COVID. And, you know, we were anxious to get the holidays started early. So as we move into Thanksgiving and move into Christmas and Hanukkah and all the great holidays that we're going to celebrate, you know, the spirit is in the air differently than it was last year. I know that oftentimes there are a number of videos that continue to go viral that try to paint a really harsh picture of our beautiful city. But I'm here to tell you that things have changed. Things are looking up. And I am optimistic and excited about the future. We see hotel occupancy rates increasing. We see more visitors and shoppers in the downtown area. We see retail starting to expand and improve. I'm really more excited because we haven't had like a major toy store in San Francisco in a while, and the fact that Macy's is investing in having a toy store open right here in Union Square is a big deal for this community. When people come to Union Square or come to San Francisco, I know they want to feel safe, and I do know that we have a lot of work to do. But let me just tell you about some of the investments. We're starting early because we have a larger, both uniformed and those who are undercover, who are going to be out here, who have been out here, making sure that we are addressing a lot of the public safety concerns. And I want to thank Chief Bill Scott, all the members of our San Francisco Police Department for your work and for being out here and being proactive to help keep the public safe. I want to also thank our extraordinary Union Square ambassadors, our downtown ambassadors, Urban Alchemy. We're adding 150 more ambassadors to the street, those folks that you see out there with a friendly face, who are smiling, who are giving you directions, who are dealing with concerns and cleanliness in the area. We have some great people out there doing wonderful work. We also have in our ambassador team retired San Francisco police officers who have been really extraordinary and wonderful to help address some of the public safety concerns. So we'll have another 150 ambassadors on the streets of San Francisco, adding more eyes and ears to the streets and to a better experience. We're also going to be enhancing our cleanups of the neighborhood, making sure we're getting those garbage cans empty, making sure that we're power washing and cleaning the streets, making sure that the streets smell good. I know that's important to visitors as well. So I'm excited about that, but I also want to say that BART and Muni have partnered to make sure that we have ambassadors and support in those stations as well. So in addition to some of you who want to drive, you can take Muni, you can take BART, you can come here to see a show, and of course come here to shop or visit some of our amazing restaurants. The other thing that I'm really excited to announce today, which I know many drivers would love to hear, and that is we plan to offer at least 1 hour free parking in Union Square Garage. In addition to that, I want to thank Phil Ginsburg and Park and Rec for the work that they're doing to address some of the safety concerns in a number of our garages. There will be more people, there will be more eyes and ears in those garage spaces, paying very close attention to what's happening there to make sure that we keep you and your belongings safe. A lot of work to do, and we know that things are going to look up for the city during this holiday season. I'm looking forward to it. This tree, this ice skating rink, some of the great food, some of the great shops that are opening, but also we know that there have been some vacancies in our downtown corridor. And so what we are doing as a city is we've gotten rid of some of the bureaucratic layers that make it difficult to do fun pop-ups, but we have a number of artist performances, artist pop-ups, things that will be temporary but will make the experience of downtown even better, working with our artist community. So you may see someone having a good time and wonder, what's going on here? It might be one of our local artists showcasing their talent, whether it's a visual or performing arts. Those are the kinds of things that you can expect downtown. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a little chilly, but the sun clearly is shining today, and it's inviting you all back to downtown because this is a great place, but also this is an important place. This is an important place to the economic stability of San Francisco. Making sure these jobs in retail and in our hotels and our restaurants exist and thrive is also equally important. We are here for not just the residents who live in San Francisco, but the residents all over the Bay Area, the people who visit us from all over the U.S. and other countries. We're here to celebrate and uplift San Francisco and to make sure that you leave this area and any part of San Francisco with a great experience. So I want to thank you all for being down here today. We want everyone to know that we got eyes and ears on the streets, so we plan to make this one of the best and safest times during the holiday season for those who come to San Francisco yet. And at this time, I want to introduce our Chief of Police, Bill Scott.
Thank you, Mayor Breed. Good morning, everybody. I want to start my remarks with thanks to Mayor London Breed. A year ago, almost a year ago today, Mayor Breed and I stood right over there, right behind these cameras, after one of the worst nights that we've had in a long time in the city. I don't want to regurgitate that story because you all know that story. But what I want to highlight about that day is what happened that day and afterwards because of the leadership of this mayor. I was angry. Quite frankly, I was sick to my stomach about what had happened and the impact that that left on the people that come to this neighborhood, this community to work, to shop, to visit, and the impact and the damage that it did to my city worldwide. Mayor Breed made a promise that day that things would change. And I stood behind her to make sure that we delivered. And when I say we, I'm talking about all the people that you see up here and then some, the people behind you. We as a community had to deliver her promise to make this community and this city safer. I will say we still have work to do, but I'm going to share a story about what has happened in this last year. First of all, I want to thank all of our law enforcement partners. We have our park rangers, and our Chief Park Ranger, Dave Murphy, is here today. Phil Ginsberg, the Director of Rec and Parks, is here. You've heard about our ambassadors, all of them, and the mayor has committed more investments to our ambassadors. I want to call out our police ambassadors standing on that end of this circle. These are people that have dedicated long careers to this city and this police department, but they came back to help at a time when we needed them most. Working with the Union Square Alliance was just one piece of what had to happen when the mayor made that promise. But I want to tell you something. Through all that adversity and the embarrassment and the disgust of what happened that night, it brought us together. It brought all of us together in a different way, because this is our city. This is the place we love and we call home. So here's what happened since then. I'll speak for the San Francisco Police Department, and you're going to hear from our incredible district attorney next, Brooke Jenkins, who I am proud to call a partner. But here's what we've done, and here's how we delivered on the mayor's promise. Deployment was an issue. We've quadrupled deployment, and at times, that deployment increase has been exponential. During the holiday season last year, you couldn't come to this area without bumping into a police officer. And guess what? That's what will happen this year. We have officers out that you won't see, but they're out there for a purpose. And that purpose is to arrest people who don't get it. To arrest people who, despite all this deployment, still try to come to this area and break into cars and rob people and take people's bags after they go and spend their hard-earned money. And we want to make sure we send a loud and clear message that that is not going to be tolerated in the city and county of San Francisco. Hear me clearly on that. We doubled the size of our retail theft unit, and here's the result. We have cases, 82 or more, with charges either pending or about to be filed on some of the most prolific retail theft criminals in this region. And they are not only hitting in San Francisco, they're hitting throughout the region. That's because of the mayor's commitment. We got an overtime budget that restored some of the overtime that we lost in 2020 and 21. And that's helped us deploy officers, not only to this community, but all over the city. Now, I'm not going to sit and tell you that everything is perfect, because it's not. We rolled up our sleeves and we still have a lot of work to do. But that work will be done as a team. That work will be done with vision and leadership of Mayor Breed. And I am so proud to be a part of that work. We have what we call force multipliers. These are people like the ambassadors and like reserve officers and like this command post vehicle that you see sitting here that help us send the message that public safety is important to this city. We care. And I think more important than anything that was said a year ago when the mayor stood there is we had to remind people that we care and it matters because this is our city. So I'm going to end by saying this. It ain't perfect, but things are better. There's a different feel here. There's optimism here. Last year, we were dealing with people scared to come to work. We were dealing with people scared to come here and shop. After that promise and the adjustments that were made, we had record numbers in terms of people coming here to shop because they felt safer. We cannot and will not let that go. I can sit here and quote statistics all day long, but if you don't come here and feel safe, none of that matters. And what I will tell you is we want to make sure that when you come here, you feel safe because you are safe. So thank you. Thank you for so many members in the community that stood up and said, you know what, SFPD and all your officers and sworn and non-sworn, we support you. Thank you to the Board of Supervisors who increased our budget for overtime so we can bridge some of our staffing gaps. Thank you to Mayor Breed, again, for providing the leadership. Thank you to our district attorney for holding people accountable. Thank you to our business community for stepping up and supporting us. Thank you to the media for telling our story. But here's the one thing. We will control our own narrative in this city because the narrative that has been put out about this city is misleading and is wrong. I live here. This is my city. My family live here. This is their city. Everybody behind this podium, this is our city. And this is a beautiful city, and we want the world to know it. So thank you, and with that, I want to introduce our District Attorney, Brooke Jenkins.
Good morning, everyone. I am excited to be here, certainly not just as your DA, but as a San Francisco resident who enjoys bringing my children to this area. They love the tree, they love to ice skate, and so I'm really looking forward this year to them experiencing the new winter wonderland that's coming. And so I want to first start off by thanking both Chief Scott and Mayor Breed, who have been amazing partners in this journey to trying to put us on track towards a safer San Francisco. I also want to thank Marissa Rodriguez, the president of the Union Square Alliance, who has been an amazing representative for the business community here in Union Square and has made sure that myself and my office understand the concerns of the business community here so that we can address those concerns and make sure that businesses in our city thrive. I think for the first time in a long time, we've realized the connection between law enforcement and the district attorney's office and our San Francisco economy. We can't allow our businesses to be ravaged, the rampant theft to go on, and expect them to stay. We need to do better to protect not only those businesses, but the thousands of jobs that they provide to both San Francisco and Bay Area residents who need the ability to take care of their families. And it's our job to make sure that we protect these businesses and the jobs that they provide, as well as the experience that they give. Because if you're anything like me, I love a little bit of retail therapy. And we need to make sure that we're protecting the businesses in San Francisco so that we have access to be able to shop, to be able to unwind, to join together during the holiday period and share that joyous occasion, buy the gifts for our family members. And so I want to be clear today that the lawlessness and the organized retail theft that we saw this time last year will not be tolerated under any circumstance. The days of there being free passes for that type of conduct are gone, and anyone who is caught engaging in such conduct will be held accountable and will face consequences. This is a new day. We will do our jobs to protect these businesses and to protect our citizens and our visitors. And a part of that comes with restoring accountability. And so like I said, I thank Chief Scott for everything that they're doing to make sure that anyone who chooses to engage in crime is caught, because that's the first step. And what I will promise this city is that there will be accountability on the back end. We will not focus on charging. We will focus on accountability, because that's what has to be restored. And that's what I've promised to this city to bring back. And so I again am just excited to be here. Thank you to all the ambassadors who are going to support our city and the police department in making sure that our residents and shoppers feel safe. And I look forward to celebrating this holiday season with all of you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Sparks, and I am the store manager here at Macy's Union Square. And I just want to start by thanking a few people, starting with DA Jenkins, Police Chief Scott, and of course Mayor Breed for everything that they're doing, along with all of our community partners to keep Union Square safe this holiday season. It's been almost a week since Mayor Breed helped us light our 33rd annual Great Tree in Union Square, and we are so excited for all of the holiday traditions that are coming back this year that means so much for San Franciscans and for all of our visitors, including our SPCA holiday windows, which will come back with live animals this year for the first time since before the pandemic. Santa will return to Macy's at Union Square on Black Friday. And as Mayor Breed spoke to, we have a Toys R Us location here on Geary Street. So we are so excited for everything that's happening this holiday season for our community. And again, thank you to all of our community partners for everything they're doing to keep all of us safe. Thank you so much.
Okay, wow. Talk about leaning in. I want to thank again all of our law enforcement partners for being here, our district attorney, Brooke Jenkins, our police chief, Bill Scott, and of course, our mayor, Mayor London Breed. When the lights go on, which they have, it means the holidays have begun, and it's going to be an incredible holiday season this year. Thank you to all of you for coming out. I want to thank the Alliance team for all that they do. Our community benefit district partners as well, the CDA I know is here representing. Thank you all, and let's have a wonderful holiday season.